Happy April 25th. It's the perfect date. Good morning, guys. So if you don't get the reference, there's a movie called Miss Congeniality. I can't believe that anybody hasn't seen it by now. But there's a scene where they're competing for like a Miss America, Miss USA, I forget what it's called in the movie. And one of the questions that one of the ladies gets asked is, what's your idea of a perfect date? And instead of saying something like, we'd go to the movies and then to dinner and da-da-da-da, she says, April 25th. Because it's not too hot, not too cold, all you need is a light jacket. And obviously that's like one of the most quotable scenes like in a movie ever. I knew that for April 25th, I wanted to do something regarding the perfect date. And I know this is a bit of a stretch, but I thought what better time to do a what I eat in the day with macros than April 25th, because I could try at least to show you guys the perfect date of macros, right? Like a whole day where I eat exactly, strictly, perfectly keto and show you guys what that looks like. So let's have breakfast. For breakfast, what I've been doing lately is that I've got this Euphoria sugar-free French vanilla syrup. It's got zero everything for 2 tablespoons, and it's natural flavors, filtered water, sucralose. So that's what it uses as a sweetener. Some people are not a fan of that because it might cause like gastrointestinal issues. It has no effect on me. So there you go. So I use 2 pumps of this and a scoop of Primal Kitchen Collagen Fuel. This is the chocolate coconut flavor. I tried both the chocolate and the vanilla because they sell these like little packets, like travel packets at Whole Foods. That's a serving per pouch. It's much cheaper to just buy the canister, but if you want to try the flavors, then I suggest you do that. They were both really good, but I feel like with the vanilla, it's a more subtle flavor, so you taste the coconut more. This is more of just a chocolate flavor. I don't taste the coconut in this at all. So if that's something that concerns you for any reason, or you'd rather not taste the coconut, then this is the way I would suggest you go. Also, I just noticed I'm horribly backlit, so sorry about that. So here's breakfast. We've only got 2 carbs, but of course that makes up a whole lot of our little chart here because there's hardly any fat or protein in this breakfast, but that's fine. We'll make that up with our first meal of the day. And just so you guys have an idea, perfect keto macros, for me anyways, what I strive for, and I think that this is pretty standard, is 70% of my calories from fat, 25% of my calories from protein, and 5% of my calories max from carbs, or 20 net grams of carbs, depending on, you know, if you're doing what they call lazy keto, which means you only count your carb macros, then the ratio is not as important to you as just making sure you stay under 20. I try to do both. So that's our goal for today, is 70, 25, 5. So let's see if by the end of the day I'm able to show you guys a perfect date of keto macros. Alright, so my son's eating right now, and it just occurred to me that like I'm not going to be able to have lunch or my first meal of the day or whatever we're calling it at the regular time that I usually do because we have an appointment today. So I think I'm going to cook and eat now, and that way I don't have to worry about it later. Yeah. So I've got a boneless ribeye right here. And this is 12 ounces before it's cooked. You might recall from my first what I eat in dairy-free keto video, I'll put a card up over there, that I was asking you guys, like, do you guys measure your food before or after you cook it? Because this is, you know, 12 ounces worth of steak, but by the time I cook it down, it won't be. So I won't actually be ingesting 12 ounces. So I measure it after it's cooked rather than weighing it out before. Let me know if you guys do the same. It's just what makes sense to me. I typically just salt my steak, that's it, because I want to taste the meat. And I cook it in ghee. And if you don't know, ghee technically is butter. But if you have a dairy sensitivity or even an allergy to casein, which is the protein in dairy, and that's the part of dairy that I try to avoid, ghee is supposed to be safe, or typically is safe, because it's heated up and then skimmed of all its proteins so that all that's left is the fat. So even though I am dairy free, I do occasionally use ghee, just like I occasionally eat steak. I don't eat steak every day. Hell, I don't eat steak every week. But it so happens that I've got literally 1 tablespoon of ghee left, and I wanted to save some of it for my second meal. So I'm gonna use about half of it now to fry the steak and the other half later. And then I probably won't buy ghee again for like another couple of weeks, because like I said, I really don't use it all that often, to the point that I wasn't aware how low I was on it, because I just really don't use it. I've had that jar there for ages. I'm heating up my pan, I'm gonna salt up my steak, and then we're gonna get to cooking. Alright, so I just realized I forgot to weigh my steak, so we're gonna try this right now. Let's see how I manage this. So here's the whole thing. We're gonna zero it out now. We're gonna involve some maths here. So there's that at 0. If I remove the steak and try not to break the plate, that's minus 349. So that means that the steak is 349 grams. So let's put that into the MyFitnessPal and see where that leaves us with macros. Okay, so I have 275 grams. No, but we said it was 350 basically. So let's go 3 and a half, because that's 100 grams. So that would be, whoa, that's 1,000 calorie steak. All right, and we did also use ghee, but we used a half tablespoon. Alright, so that's where we're at so far for the day, and there's our macros. Wow, pretty damn near perfect. I do have some calories left for the day. How many calories? Let me see. 648 calories left for the day. So I want to try to eat at least some of those, because anything under 1200 is typically not recommended. And I am under 12, come on, I am under 1200 right now. But technically I could just not eat anymore today and be fine with this one meal. And I know a lot of people do that. That's not how I do things though. So, but yeah, if I did want to end this today, I think we could agree that we've got some pretty perfect keto macros right there.
Many hours later.
It's time for dinner. I'm having breakfast for dinner, so I'm having scrambled eggs and sausage with that half tablespoon of ghee that we set aside earlier. Let's do it. These eggs are straight from the butts of the hens that you guys would have seen in my St. Patrick's Day Week in the Life video. Yes sir, don't get no fresher than that. Alright, so I added our half tablespoon of ghee, our 3 eggs, and our 2 sausages, and that leaves me with 48 calories. 22 of which came from exercise, so I guess technically that means it was what, 26 calories that I have left over actually. So where does that put us for nutrition? Wow, 3 grams of carbs in the whole day, 74 out of the 75% of fat, that's pretty close, and then 25% of 20% that I had set aside for protein. This, I gotta say, is damn near perfect. Alright guys, so that was it. That was my perfect date of keto macros. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more what I eat in a day videos, please let me know in the comments. I'd also love it if you would subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. You may have noticed that I'm doing a video every day in April, but I also upload 3 times a week on a regular basis, so you're not going to want to miss a minute. Thanks again for watching. Bye!